Hey, welcome back to PinballHelp. Here I am, work continues on this Gottlieb Mars God of War machine. I'm installing this Pascal Janin PI80X4 board, replacing several other boards in the machine. And I'm repinning connectors because some of them were corroded and damaged. And I ran into a problem before where this connector wouldn't reach down to where the board is. The wires here were not long enough, and I thought they were going to be long enough. I even said in the previous video, oh, when you untangle them, they all work, but this way they do. But unfortunately, this connector has to be turned around that way, and it's just short. And so I've decided, rather than try to relocate the board and worry if I'm going to have any more problems with any other connectors, since this is the last and final connector, I'm just going to splice these remaining few wires and make them a little bit longer. So what I've done is I've cannibalized some wires off of another connector that I'm no longer using, and I have fabricated these little extensions. And what you see here is I've tried to match the existing colors of the wires, but in some cases I can't do that because I just didn't have the right wires, spare wires. But I've got a small length of wire. I've crimped on a pin for the connector on one end. I've got some heat shrink tubing on the wire here, and then this right here I've just I've stripped it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go one by one with each of these wires, cut it, and put them together, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I'm on this wire here. So we'll cut it like that. Take this, strip it. Okay. Take this wire here, and I don't know, the technique that I use when I want to combine two wires like this is I'll cross them like that, and then I will twist one end and twist the other end. And this is a trick I learned from my days of working for a car stereo installation place. Okay, now there they are. They're not, if you pull on them, they'll come undone. So I take a little bit of rosin, some flux, and I just put a little bit on the like that. I can't find my brush, so I'm using a little cable tie to do it with. Now, solder. And these pieces of wood I've got here to kind of hold the thing in place. So now we'll just solder these two wires together. Like that. And there we go. Cool. Make sure the solder's got on both pieces of wire and they're nicely connected. Then I'll take this heat shrink tubing and I'll slide it up over the splice. Take a cigarette lighter and just go like that. And there we have a nicely spliced wire. Extended this wire a few inches longer. Probably a little bit more than what I needed, but better safe than sorry. And then I will take this, and you can see I did one wire that was really short, but it'll fit. So then I'm going to take this, insert this into there. There we go. So these are the wires I've already extended. I've got two more to do. So snip, strip. Let's see, this is orange and brown. I don't have an orange and brown, so I'm just going to use this red one. And then twist together like that. Put a little rosin on it. Like that. Hit it with the soldering iron. There we go. Take a good look at it, make sure it's nice and clean. Then slide the heat shrink tubing up over it. So I will do this with the last few wires. And I'll have my extension. I swear, on Pascal Jane's site, he's got a Mars God of War with a picture of the board, and it's working fine. I don't know why here these wires are not long enough. Maybe the board could be relocated a little bit more, but I think I'd still run into problems with some of these other connectors. So the easiest thing for me to do was to just splice these 7 remaining wires. Maybe this is an early game, so maybe they extended the wiring in later versions or something. So I've got one more wire to do. Then I'm going to go over the game, check all the coils, and before I put any power to the machine, I'll just make sure everything looks in order, and then I'll fire it up and we'll see if it's going to work. So very close to seeing whether this thing will actually come to life, so it's going to be kind of cool. Stay tuned for more, and visit the website pinballhelp.com. I've got a Reddit page, which is reddit.r/pinballhelp, and there's Pinball Help on Facebook. I think it's facebook.com/pinballhelp. I don't know how many people watch these videos, so it's nice to get some feedback, and hope you're having a good luck with your pinball machines, getting them all working too. See you later.